The fashion industry has spent decades convincing us that our bodies are problems that need solving. They've created these rigid categories like pear, apple, hourglass, and then sold us solutions to fix what was never broken. Today, I'm walking you through those same categories, but not to give more rules. I'm showing what they don't want us to know about each one, how the system works. Let's talk about what the fashion industry calls body shapes. They've told us we need to identify our type: rectangle, triangle, inverted triangle, hourglass, or apple, and then follow specific rules to balance or create curves or minimize certain areas. This whole system was designed to keep us uncertain. Classic bad programming that profits from our confusion. Every shopping trip becomes a test. Am I following the rules correctly? Is this flattering for my shape? It creates this constant second guessing. So yes, I'm going through these 5 categories, but I'm not giving rules to follow. I'm showing how the system works and then the actual principles that matter, the ones they don't profit from teaching us. The rectangle or straight shape. If we're a rectangle or straight shape, the industry tells us we need to create curves with belts, peplum tops, or strategic ruching. They've positioned straight lines as something that needs correcting. There's this underlying message that curves are the standard and anything else needs adjustment. It's presented as style advice, but it's really about conformity. Here's what actually works. A well-cut blazer in quality wool or structured cotton looks incredible, not because it creates anything, but because the construction is solid. The shoulder seam ends where our shoulder ends. The fabric has enough body to hold its shape without pulling or collapsing. When we put on a blazer that's properly constructed, it creates structure through tailoring, not through manipulation. Straight leg trousers are our friend here. When the fabric has substance, good quality denim, structured cotton twill, wool blends, it creates clean, elegant lines that look polished and intentional. What the industry won't tell us: sleeveless styles that showcase our shoulders look amazing. Simple shift dresses in quality fabrics look stunning. We don't need to add curves or gathering or belts or any of those corrective details. We need clothing that is constructed well and fits our actual bodies. This is style autonomy, dressing for ourselves, not their categories. A sleeveless boat neck dress in substantial quality cotton, that's elegant and sophisticated. No curves needed. When you're shopping, feel the fabric first and ask yourself, does it hold its shape? Does it have some weight to it? Pick up that shirt or dress and see if it has structure. If it's limp and flimsy, it's not going to look good on anyone, regardless of body shape. When trying on something, does it skim the body without clinging or standing away from it? Those are our criteria, not whether it's creating curves. Mid-rise pants that sit at the natural waist create better proportions than anything low-rise, not because of some body shape rule, but because that's where pants are meant to sit on a human body. When the waistband sits at the natural waist, everything else falls into place. The leg length looks right, the proportions balance naturally, and honestly, this changed everything for me when I stopped looking for curve creating pieces and started focusing on structure and quality. Hi, I'm Bridget Fisher, and I help women over 40 prove something radical. Aging is your style advantage, not your obstacle. I do this with German efficiency. Welcome to the Aura Club. Here's what I believe, and let me know what you think about this. Your body isn't a problem that needs solving. Just like vintage pieces become more valuable, more sought after, and more distinctly themselves over time, we become more confident, more certain, and more powerful as we age. The Aura Club operates on the vintage principle, and the confidence to see strength instead of flaws grows with age. You stop asking, what should I hide? And start asking, what do I actually like? That shift is everything, and it only comes with experience. The suggestion that we should shrink or apologize for our bodies after 40, that's bad programming designed to keep us buying solutions to problems that don't exist. The triangle or pear shape. If we're a triangle or pear shape, they tell us to balance proportions by adding volume on top and minimizing below. Statement necklaces, boat necks, embellished shoulders, cap sleeves, light colors up top, then dark, slimming bottoms with vertical lines, avoiding pockets, avoiding light colors. That's at least 5 or 6 different product categories, and here's the thing, we'll never feel balanced enough. There's always one more piece that promises to complete the look. It's a cycle that keeps going. While they are focused on balance, here's what actually matters. Finding trousers where the fabric works for us. Not slimming trousers, not minimizing trousers. Trousers where the fabric has enough weight to drape properly, substantial cotton, linen blends with body, quality denim that holds its shape. Wide leg trousers in darker colors look absolutely beautiful, not because they are minimizing anything, but because quality fabric in a clean cut creates gorgeous, elongating lines that look intentional and elegant. This is presence over trends, choosing pieces with refined presence instead of chasing what's balancing this season. When we try them on, the waistband should sit comfortably at the natural waist without digging in. We should be able to button them easily, sit down comfortably, and move freely. The leg should fall straight from the hip without pulling or twisting. If there's pulling across the hip or the fabric is twisting around the leg, that's not our body being wrong, that's the fit being wrong. For tops, what we want is proper construction, a shoulder seam that ends where our shoulder ends, fabric that holds its shape without collapsing. A well-made shirt in crisp cotton or a structured knit looks polished because it's built correctly, not because it's following some balancing act. The difference between a well-constructed shirt and a cheap one is night and day. The good one sits properly on the shoulders, the fabric doesn't pull, the buttons don't gape. That's construction, not magic. V-necks and scoop necks work wonderfully, not because they're drawing the eye up through some manipulation, but because they have classic, flattering necklines that have worked for decades. There's a reason these necklines have been around forever. They work on most people because they create a clean, open line at the neck and collarbone. And can I just say, we don't need to be super skinny to look stylish in any of this. The key is fit and fabric quality, not size. A well-fitted pair of wide leg trousers in our actual size looks 1,000 times better than something too small that pulls and creates tension lines. When our clothes fit properly, they look expensive. When they are too tight, they look cheap regardless of what we paid for them. Before we continue, I've created an ebook collection that includes Style After 40, the Core Style System, and a few others. All the practical stuff without the fluff. Links are in the description if you want them. The inverted triangle. If we're the inverted triangle shape, we have broader shoulders and narrower hips. The fashion industry tells us to soften shoulders, avoid structured jackets, skip horizontal stripes, avoid shoulder pads, avoid anything that adds bulk on top. And then add volume to the lower half with full skirts, wide leg pants, and embellished bottoms. The message is clear. Our shoulders are something to downplay. They've decided that broad shoulders need softening, and we're supposed to dress accordingly. V-necks and open necklines look fantastic because they create clean vertical lines. We're not trying to hide anything. We're working with our natural frame. There's something really elegant about a simple V-neck that draws a clean line down the center of the body. A simple well-cut t-shirt in quality cotton is going to be our workhorse piece. Not because it's softening anything, but because good construction and quality fabric always looks better than cheap, flimsy material. The weight of the fabric matters here. A substantial cotton t-shirt that has some body to it, that doesn't go limp after one wash, that's what we're looking for. It should feel like it has presence when we hold it. And when we put it on, it should skim the body without clinging or pulling across the shoulders or back. For bottoms, we want fabrics with body. A-line skirt in structured cotton or wool blends have movement without looking costumey or stiff. The fabric should swing when we walk but hold its shape when we're standing still. Bootcut or slightly flared trousers create a beautiful silhouette. The key is always the fabric. It needs to drape properly, which means some weight and good construction. When you're trying on shirts or jackets, lift the arms. Can we move comfortably? Can we reach forward, lift our arms overhead, move naturally? The fabric shouldn't pull or create tension lines across the back. If it does, the fit is wrong, not our body. That's proper fit, not some special accommodation for our shape. Everybody deserves clothes that allow movement. And here's something I love. A black turtleneck with cream-colored wide-leg trousers. That's a classic combination that looks pulled together and elegant. It's about contrast and proportion, not about hiding or fixing. The hourglass. If we're the hourglass, the industry has positioned our body type as the ideal that everyone else is supposed to create through clothing. But then they tell us we need to emphasize the waist with wrap dresses, wear fitted styles that show off curves, belt everything, avoid anything shapeless or boxy, and make sure every outfit highlights the waist. Here's what's interesting. They've made this body the standard everyone else should aspire to, and then turned around and said it still needs special clothes to look right. Even the ideal requires the right purchases. It's a system where nobody's body is quite right as it is. What matters is working with the natural waistline, not against it. Wrap styles can look beautiful if the fabric is right, substantial enough to hold the wrap without gapping or pulling. The problem with most wrap dresses is the fabric is too thin or too stretchy, so they don't hold their shape. We need jersey knits with some weight, quality cotton blends, fabrics that have structure. Tailored pieces are our friend as well, but here's what they don't tell us. Fast fashion tailoring is cut for a generic body that doesn't even exist. Those pieces are designed to fit the widest range of bodies possible, which means they almost fit no one properly. They are made to look acceptable on a hanger, not good on a person. We need pieces where the waist, hip, and bust are all proportioned correctly for us. Something that means buying for the largest measurement and having a tailor adjust the rest. And yes, it's worth it. Not because we're special, but because that's what proper fit means for everyone. A good tailor can take in a waist for $20 or $30, and that's less than the difference between buying something on sale that doesn't fit and buying something full price that might. When we factor in how much better a tailored piece looks and how much more will wear it, the math works out. Straight skirts and dresses that follow the natural line without trying to exaggerate anything look polished and elegant. We're not creating an hourglass. Those proportions are already there. We're just dressing them well. A simple pencil skirt in quality wool or ponte knit that has structure, that's going to look sophisticated without trying too hard. When shopping, watch out for anything that's trying too hard. Simple, well-constructed pieces in quality fabrics always look more elegant. That's not a body shape rule, that's just good design. The best designs are usually the ones that are the simplest. And one more thing, there's this free digital magazine I created. The link is in the description if you want it. The apple or oval shape. If we're the apple or oval shape, they tell us to draw attention away from the middle, create a waistline, wear empire waists and A-line cuts, avoid anything that cuts across the middle, avoid belts, avoid anything fitted at the waist. What's happening here is they've identified the midsection as an area that needs addressing through clothing. It's presented as helpful styling advice, but the underlying message is that this part of the body needs managing. It's worth recognizing that for what it is. Here's what actually looks great. Styles that skim rather than cling, and here's the key. The fabric is crucial. We want materials with excellent drape, quality rayon blends, silk or fine merino wool. These fabrics move with us and create beautiful lines without clinging. When we hold these fabrics, they should feel fluid. They should have a nice weight, but still move beautifully. That's what creates those elegant flowing lines. Empire waistlines can work beautifully, not because they are creating a waist or hiding anything, but because when they hit at the right spot and the fabric drapes well, they are elegant and comfortable. The empire seam should sit just under the bust, and then the fabric should flow from there. If the fabric is too stiff, it looks like a tent. If it's too clingy, it defeats the purpose. We need that middle ground where it skims the body. V-necks and vertical details are our friend, not because we're trying to elongate or slim, but because they create clean, continuous lines that look polished and intentional. There's something about a vertical line that draws the eye in a way that feels elegant. A long line cardigan in a drapey knit looks absolutely beautiful layered over a simple tank or tee. The cardigan should hit somewhere around mid-thigh or just below. And when it's open, it creates those beautiful vertical lines on either side. Generally, we want the hem to hit at a spot that feels balanced, not too short that it cuts us off at an awkward place, not too long that it overwhelms. Straight leg or slightly wide leg trousers in fabrics with body create a balanced silhouette. And here's what's great. We can find all of these pieces in regular stores. We don't need special flattering clothes. We need well-made clothes that fit properly, and when shopping, pay attention to where seams and details fall. Does that empire seam hit at a comfortable spot for our specific torso length? Does the hemline fall where we want it? These are the details that matter, not following some rule about what our shape is supposed to wear. When something feels comfortable and looks good when we move, when we can sit down, stand up, reach for something and feel really good, that's when the garment is our answer. That's how we know it works. The real truth. Here's what I want us to take away from all of this. These body shape categories exist to create ongoing purchases. Every rule comes with a shopping list attached. It's a cycle that continues as long as we're following these rules. And underneath it all is the suggestion that our bodies need correcting, that we need to work towards some standard that keeps shifting. Here's what actually matters. Does the fabric have quality and weight? When we hold it, does it feel substantial? Does it hold its shape? Is the construction solid? Do the seams sit where they should on our bodies, where we feel comfortable about it? Are the shoulder seams in the right place? Is the armhole cut properly so we can move? Does it fit us comfortably when we move? Can we sit, stand, reach, bend without the garment pulling or restricting us? Does it make us feel like ourselves? Those are our criteria, not categories, not rules about what to hide or emphasize or balance or create. We're not dressing for some theoretical ideal. We're dressing ourselves, real women with real lives who need clothes that work. And when we understand fabric and quality and proper construction and what good fit actually feels like, we have style autonomy. We don't need their rules anymore. And if we want to navigate sneaker trends without getting caught up in everything that comes along, I break down exactly which trends actually work for us and which ones we can skip in this video here. And don't forget, confidence looks good on you.